Freaking A. Here we go.
Yep. We Like Dota is brought to you by our generous patrons. Find out how to help support the show at WeLikeDota.com and follow the links to the Patreon. We Like Dota, episode 63, starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We Like Dota, the internet's casual Dota 2 podcast. I'm Brian Sabone-Yinger, and joining me on this salt-inducing technical problems Monday night is Jared Clyde-Frog Pedersen. Hello, Jared.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Hey.
Jared, also joining us is Ben Yadneb Day. Hello, Ben.
Hey, everybody. I'm doing fine.
Yes, you are.
Sure.
I have to hand it to you, Ben. During all of this, I flew off the handle like I normally do.
Yeah, you went kind of nuts. It was okay.
And you stayed very calm.
Yeah.
Surprisingly calm.
This is what I do.
Well,
this is my element.
Yeah.
You normally stay calm. You're very even-keeled, except for...
Well, no, just the keel is always negative.
I'm surprised... Yeah, right.
I'm in a consistently negative keel.
Right.
Whereas Brian, you're the dad that was yelling back at the kid, I'm going to turn this car around right now!
You kind of did
I
that.
swear to God!
Yeah.
You kind of did that, for
You're,
sure.
you're one of those kind of thing. That's fine.
But anyway, we're doing fine. We got a great show today.
It's going to be great.
I hope so.
We're going to talk about...
I'm here too.
Cheeks is here. Senior executive producer Cheeks of Flappin is joining us. Hello,
Bring him in. There he is.
Hey,
Cheeks.
enchanted mangoes all around, everybody.
Sure.
You guys have no idea what that means,
I
but
do.
I do.
We don't
'cause I'm
care at this point.
We're
hot to the chat room here.
We're happy that you're here.
I was listening while they were fighting about other things.
So sorry we started late, everyone, but we're going to have a good time today. We're going to talk about Starladder and the Dota Major Championships,
And we're going to have a good time.
and we're going to talk about Dragon Knight, and it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
Apparently, the new balance patch dropped, but we're going to talk about that.
Well,
when
the
we
patch
record.
notes, the patch notes dropped about 20 minutes after or before we started trying to record the show.
But we're going to
So,
cover
correct.
those
6 hours
We're
ago.
going to cover those on Sunday,
Yeah,
and you can go watch the 4-hour videos that all the
Merlini
popular,
and Purge and everybody
all
going
those
to put
people-
out.
Does this mean we're bringing back item of the week
No,
Christ,
with all
no.
these new items?
No.
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 You'd rather probably listen to somebody who knows what they're talking about with the patch notes anyway.
Right.
That's
Although
a good
they,
point.
they're just going to read it. Though, let's be honest. They don't
Yeah.
know much more than we do with the patch notes. They just read it,
That's
too.
right, Ben. That's right.
We're just as experts as they are.
We're going to talk about the cosmetics,
But anyway, guys,
Yeah.
let's start the show off like we always do, as is tradition,
as is tradition.
with what is it?
Dota feelings.
Dota feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it go! Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah.
So I'm running the sounds through the tablet now, and it's still labeled as "Who'd you play?" and it's not "Who'd you play?" anymore.
But you pushed it, though.
I did, and we had a good time.
Successfully.
We had a
All
good time. We had a good time.
So I'm going to start with Cheeks. How did Dota make you feel this week, Cheeks?
Well, Dota made me feel like you really have to have a plan when you go into it this week. And so Dota made me feel like there's no room for vagaries. You really got to know what you're doing
Yes.
when you go in there, or else you're just going to lose. And boy, I did some losing.
You did some losing.
I did some losing.
So
I did a little bit of winning.
So you're a little too vague, is what you're
Just
saying.
a little. Well, yeah, I mean,
Your
I think
plan
we went
wasn't
in just
there.
sort of like, okay, we're going to do this. Yeah, what do you want to pick? Oh, I don't know. We'll just take this. Okay, well, great. Here we go. And then we're totally out carried, and we're like, trying to end it early.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't happen. So, it made me just feel like you really have to have a plan in place if you really want to win.
I think there's an important life lesson in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think it's good to have a plan.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, there you go.
so it just made me feel like I was ill prepared sometimes, but it kind of made me think about where I put my priorities when I get into a game of Dota.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Very good.
It makes you question life a bit more, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes.
always.
Right. Ben, what about you? How did Dota make you feel this week?
I had a better week of Dota. So
Oh.
I did some Hearthstone streaming for offline gaming with Cheeks of Flapping, and that was really, really unfamiliar to me. So it was nice to play some Dota, and I got my first win in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Dota.
congratulations,
Well, over
man.
3 weeks at that point in time.
That was a hell of a match.
Yeah,
that was a
so
good one.
I played some. I think it was Medusa, right? So
Yeah.
I did some
Yeah, you did.
Medusa, and we do a lot of kind of team practice on Friday nights, and as you can tell, we're pretty good at keeping a schedule here at We Like Dota.
You know, it's a very good
A very
point.
strict schedule.
So I usually have to work on Saturdays, and so by the time it was all said and done, I think that was probably the only Dota match I got in like the entire week, or definitely on Friday night. That was the only one I played.
Yeah.
But it was successful, so I feel pretty positive about Dota. I feel pretty confused about Hearthstone, and and that's about it.
Very good.
So,
Very
yeah.
good.
Okay.
Jared, let's you.
Yeah, Dota was good to me this week. I felt good about it. Played a few games. I won every single game I played this week.
How many is that?
Wow.
How many games?
Two. But
Dang,
That's still
Getting
100%.
after it.
it was good. It was good. I played the one with you playing on that Medusa, and then afterwards, Cheeks and I got a chance to hop in on the last community night match of the night,
Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
and that was a good one.
You played
it
with
was a
Diddy
good one.
Mitch.
We won.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
played with Diddy Mitch because he thought I played with you guys.
Right.
And I corrected him,
Yeah,
and he still thought
yeah.
that I played with you guys, which was really fun.
Right.
That
yeah.
guy still has no idea what.
I think he
names are.
might
doesn't
have
know That's
he might
fine.
have like
Yeah, that's
face
fine.
and name blindness. So
Yeah, that's
he doesn't.
fine.
He thinks Brian's Ben and
Well-
Ben's Jared and Jared's.
It's
Yeah.
fine. It's
I
fine.
think
We have-
I think he's the only one who he's clear on
But,
who
but
I
Diddy
am.
Mitch, if you're listening, I really loved it when you swapped that character into my Techie Minds. I think that's how it went, right?
something along those
Yes.
lines.
So I was really excited about that. For those
My
confused, that
insert
didn't
character
actually
here.
happen. I wasn't there. I didn't play that match. But
No.
Diddy, yes, that was great. We should do the swap into Techie Minds more often.
which was legit.
It's legit. It sounds pretty cool, actually.
It was.
Yeah.
Jared, let's talk about that really long match that we played.
Okay, sure.
Who are you playing on that?
I believe that was Undying.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we went for Medusa, Undying. I was Venomancer,
Yeah.
and then we had a Phantom Assassin and a Death Prophet.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We had an AFK jungle Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, that was a little
How that
awkward.
went,
So
yeah.
the match went like 70 minutes, I think, right?
Yeah, it was the three of us and then two randos.
And we got down to about 2 racks. We were
Yeah.
down 2 racks.
Not
Yeah.
about. We were. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
we were down.
And somehow, yet again, we held against all these creeps, and we won. We came back. We didn't think we should
Well,
win.
what it was we just created space long enough for our Medusa to get stupid farmed,
Yeah.
and then Ben, correct me if I'm wrong because I was in the base chasing mega creeps, but you basically just went down and killed all their towers in the ancient, right? You just
Yeah.
marched down them.
I was kind of 5v1ing them a lot and then taking all their towers and stuff. So that seemed
Right.
to be a good strategy for us.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, it was fun.
A super farmed Medusa is always pretty much a good
It was
good idea.
I need to work on item choices, but it worked out. It was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, so we kind of just waited for them to push high ground and make mistakes.
And mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, and we won. And yeah, I yelled really loudly when we won because I felt vindicated after that horrible match that we had.
You yelled appropriately, which is something you don't always do.
Hey,
Not always.
that, Ben.
No,
It's
it's
a
true.
compliment.
I've seen this on
Yeah.
multiple
As the
occasions.
non-salty
where
one
you'll
here this evening.
scream.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're really coming around here, Ben.
Well, you yelled after the game was over in victory instead of during a match that
Yeah.
we are losing in the middle of a team fight.
Yeah.
So that
It's
props
true.
to
They
you.
do happen in the middle of a team fight, and it's really annoying because it makes me think that we
Oh, he used
won
the word annoying.
the
I'm-
team fight.
Hey, I'm getting better.
but
at
then
it,
we
though.
didn't.
You are.
I tried to compliment you. It was
I'm
good.
getting better. Yeah.
Yeah, careful, Cheeks. These two guys are kind of salty. I don't know if you caught that pre-show. It was a little rough.
I'm doing a lot better now.
He's better now
Yeah,
that
sure.
we're in the element.
Now that my eyelids are sweating, I'm doing much
Yeah,
better.
we got a new light. It looks really nice. And
Makes things really hot.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting sunburned from
Yeah.
it.
so how did Dota make you feel, Jared?
Good.
Good.
In one word, good.
Yeah.
Don't we usually use like bad and good as our adjectives? We need better words.
It
We
made me
do.
feel fulfilled, Ben.
I like that word.
Okay.
That's good.
Wow.
Brian,
Ooh,
I expect a
that's
good
good.
word out of you.
What's the good word?
It could be a bad word, but I expect a big word. Like I need to look it up in a thesaurus.
I would say ambivalent.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good for a host of a
Yeah.
Dota 2 show.
Wow. Are you going to be okay?
Well, actually, I had No, it was average. I feel average, I guess. It was
Okay,
fine.
because ambivalent and average is very
Yeah, yeah.
different.
Yeah, not ambivalent.
Well,
I guess
he needs that
average.
dictionary / thesaurus
Yeah.
thing, I think.
Chat room, tell me how I feel. Yeah.
Try
He
one more
feels
word.
pandering.
Try one more word.
Pandering.
You haven't gotten
feel-
it yet.
No, I just feel average. And-
Oh, that's
Ryan,
fine.
you
I'll take the
communicate
word
in
average.
feelings.
Yeah.
So just give us your feelings.
That's what we're here
Dota
for.
Tell
Pete.
us how you feel, buddy.
I
Just
felt.
tell the whole world how you feel right now.
I'm trying to.
You feel average?
Just tell us, Brian.
I felt fine, and I felt great after we won that really long match.
Okay,
Yeah, okay,
good.
I had fun on Venomancer.
Yeah.
Actually, today it was friend of the show Crimson and Diddy Mitch, friend of the show somebody, and his buddy Anarchies.
Anarchist.
I'm not sure if he's a listener or not. If he is, he's also a friend of the show.
Sure, yeah.
We kind of destroyed. It was crazy. We had a support Beastmaster.
So do you feel prideful?
Prideful, yes.
Feel super?
Super, yes. And you know what, Ben? I played Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, you went like 11-0-12 or something crazy on that, didn't
Well,
you?
she's a carry. That's what she does.
I had a good match on Crystal Maiden. I had 2 lane kills with Freezing Field. Nobody expects that thing if you get it
It's
off
so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Because I saw it was a Witch Doctor and a Shadow Fiend, and I saw Witch Doctor use the bongos.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, the time is now. time for ultimate.
So you did it in the woods? You got that thing off?
Yes.
Cool.
In a carrying like manner.
Yeah. BKB win.
But somebody went like 22-1-2 on Tinker. Or
Did you feel
something crazy like that.
insecure as Crystal Maiden when you saw that?
No, I felt great because what happened is I rotated mid. I grabbed a haste rune. I was supporting Crimson in the off lane. He was playing sniper. I grabbed a haste rune. Shadow Fiend he wasn't really pushed forward, but I had a haste rune. And I was like, look, this guy's dead.
Okay.
I cast Frostbite on him, and he went down. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Straight down.
Tinker got the last hit on him, and he was able to snowball off that, and we won the match.
Cool.
And that
That's it?
Beastmaster
That's it?
combo with Tinker is crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's just stupid.
Because you just move the
hawk and
move
you
the
TP to the
dog,
hawk.
the hawk wherever
Yeah.
you want. And
Well,
you-
the hawk becomes invisible, too, which
Yeah.
is even more stupid.
Yeah, so that's pretty
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can safely say that your We Like Dota experience went better than your pre-show experience for the
Yes.
show today.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. Yeah.
I don't think there's many things that can go worse than
And
it.
usually, Ben, you're the one that gets salty about pre-show, so I don't know.
I,
what's
d-
going
I think I did well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
you gave me
did real
control over something. Maybe I'm just usually bored.
on. I
Do
think
you ever
that's-
think that I'm not salty? I'm just bored.
I think that's what it is.
It just
Yeah.
it could be boredom.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
okay.
also, I'm kind of playing mid now instead of off lane,
Whoa!
which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I went from being support to off lane to mid.
How's that treating you?
It's fine. I like playing mid. It's fun.
Yeah, you're good at it, man.
Unless you get a bad lane, and then that kind of sucks.
Well,
Bad
yeah.
Well, the
I mean,
matchups
it's
are
what it
pretty
is.
important in mid.
Yeah.
That can make it difficult.
But I've been having a good time with that. So.
I'm proud of you, Brian. That's great for not cheering
everybody-
until you win and for
Everybody
playing
is
mid. And
really, everybody is affirming you,
are you feeling more affirmed and excited about
I do.
Dota?
Yeah, I
and-
feel just fine
and
about it.
we're excited that you're around and that you like playing Dota.
I think you guys are making this out to be bigger than what it is. I'm doing just fine. I'm just fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We know
Chat
you are.
says the term you're probably looking for, Brian, is blah.
No, he's doing fine. We're affirming him, not
Blah
using
is
the-
fine. It's like a positive blah, though.
Okay,
It's
positive
like
blah.
bleh.
So maybe like blah.
Yes, a positive blah.
Maybe like I'm doing okay.
Okay, good.
You're okay with like a high pitched okay,
Yeah, we're all fine here. And
and it's
Jay
fine.
Leno.
so,
sound.
Cheeks, do you have any games for us to give away today?
I don't have games, but what I'm going to give today is finally some of these wonderful Dota 2 sets. The
Oh,
Yeah, wow.
trading expiration date has passed.
Yes!
So I can finally start
We've
giving
been
away
The
waiting
these
for
embargo
this.
is lifted.
This is great.
3 months later.
So I'm going to be giving away. What am I going to give away today? Today I will give away the Sanguine Royalty.
okay.
This is a rare Queen of Pain bundle.
Oh,
that
pretty
includes
good.
a
Okay.
sexy loading screen.
Hey.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Don't get too tempted.
These items were created in partnership with Mushi.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's
okay.
kinda neat.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited
Good old
about,
Mushi.
about that. That's
Who now
great.
plays support?
Yeah, that's weird.
Probably not on Queen of Pain, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I've heard
If
crazier
Jared
things.
was coach.
Yeah, if Jared had a choice.
If Jared has anything to say.
Well,
about
I'm
it.
looking forward to you
Yeah,
giving
whatever,
that
guys.
set away. I think that's going to be great.
So am I.
Okay.
So I think we're going to be doing that during the Noobs Ask Noobs segment of the show, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Sounds
like that
great.
you're trying to be positive tonight, Ben.
Yeah.
Trying. I am positive.
He is positive. He's doing a great job.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Cheeks and I are having fun, right, Cheeks?
We're having a great
blast.
time.
This is a blast. This is fun.
All right.
Yes.
Anyway,
This is why we do this.
we'll
This is why we do this.
we'll see you at the bottom of the show, Cheeks. Let's get into the
sure
news here,
will.
folks.
To read the future, I need entrails.
We got entrails today, folks.
Tons of entries.
All right, so guys, let's talk about the news here.
right.
I'm excited about the news.
In major esports news, Starladder 12 has
Can't
come and
handle
gone, and Vici Gaming are your winners over Invictus Gaming. And
As it turns out, the Chinese teams are better than everybody right now.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
on a completely different meta, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice that?
Bizarre meta, yeah.
No sniper, minimal troll warlords picks.
Right.
Vici Gaming, their last game, they had Templar Assassin, Witch Doctor,
Enigma.
Enigma. Who else did they have? There was a Crystal Maiden pick in there somewhere.
At
Ben.
one point, yeah,
Yeah,
because
the-
they had the Arcana, which is a really nice Arcana. I love that Arcana.
The Arcana's OP. Yeah, she's got those feet.
Because we talked a little bit. Well, because we watched some of these games
Mm-hmm.
as we were. See, Jared got surprised this weekend.
Oh, well,
He
yes.
got
Let's
very
talk
surprised.
about this.
So we went to take Jared out for authentic Philadelphia steak cheese sandwiches in Twinsburg, Ohio, and
Cheesesteak sandwiches.
Philadelphia steak cheese sandwiches.
I think that's what they're called, right?
Yeah, sure.
We'll go with that.
Authentic.
I think that's what they call them when you order it. I think that's what you order.
Steak cheese.
But then we had to
Okay.
stall a little bit, so we took him to a Starbucks and we watched some Starladder.
Yeah,
And it was
a
fun,
blast.
and you had no idea that there was going to be a surprise birthday party afterwards.
No, nothing. I was so surprised.
Just because he was so distracted by the great
the fact
Starladder.
that
play.
my wife doesn't listen to this, I can say,
Oh, yeah.
I was not surprised at all.
Well, yeah, I thought my sarcasm was coming through, but maybe
Laying
not
it
because
on
I'm being so
thick.
optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I can't handle you.
So anyway, Starladder, Vici won over Invictus Gaming. Secret got bottom 2, which was surprising to see.
That was nuts. Not only
Yeah.
did they get bottom 2, but they lost 4 out of 5 games.
What happened? I just don't understand how that even happened.
Yeah, I
Well, game 1, when they lost 0-2 to Team Malaysia, Cyborg Matt, who's their manager, was posting pretty salty stuff on Twitter, I think.
Oh,
About,
he's their manager.
Oh, yeah.
He hates Starladder.
Yeah, yeah.
He hates
Yeah.
it.
He was getting pretty salty about like the player conditions in like hotels and stuff like that. And
yeah. Well, and I think a couple things have been identified from Team Secret. One, you can let Arteezy go crazy as long as he shut down S4 and Zai.
So they did that.
Yeah, Zai played not great the whole Starladder.
he was looking uncharacteristically not Zai-like.
Yeah. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah.
Was it like Russian Olympic type of situation here where like the
I don't-
toilets don't work? And was it that bad?
All the
I don't-
athletes are banging each other.
Right. Is that what was going on?
I can't.
I don't know.
I can neither
How bad could
confirm
the
nor
conditions
deny.
have been?
Well,
Where was it?
they
Where
were
was
in-
the tournament at?
It was at-
Bucharest.
It was
So maybe
yeah.
it was.
It was at DreamHack Bucharest.
Maybe it was that bad. I don't know.
Which that's
I don't know anything about Bucharest.
That's a whole other thing. Starladder was at DreamHack Bucharest. Don't they have their own thing?
Right,
Their own
right.
Facility.
But here's the thing: the Chinese teams could never get visas to go to the Starladder tournaments.
Oh.
So it was because of visa issues that they changed it to actually going to the Ukraine and Bucharest. Or
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
from the Ukraine, wherever the hell Bucharest is. Is that
Yeah.
in Hungary?
Hungary.
Hungary.
Guys, I'm trying
I don't
to
know if that's right or not.
Yeah.
I think it's Hungary.
We're ignorant fat Americans.
Yeah. Guys, I'm really trying
at
to
me
stay
sweat.
positive.
Look at me sweat.
But all these different tournaments and all this stuff going on in the pro scene is really confusing and hard for me to keep track of.
Well, luckily, Ben,
What's that, Jared?
luckily, there's something that I think you're going to be excited about.
What's
that, Brian?
Oh, what's going on?
This is a weird episode. The Dota Major Championships have been announced.
What's that?
This is.
You can't thank you.
I think I liked Salty Ben better.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
Some people have requested this.
So the Dota Major Championships, there's going to be 3 major championships in addition to the international that are going to be Valve sponsored. But they're going to be run by third parties. So like
So we've got some good and some bad.
right, ESL,
or maybe good,
DreamHack,
Yeah,
Beyond
I think
Summit,
this is great.
those-
I think this is great.
None of these have been announced yet. The third parties.
Correct.
No.
Correct. We did dig into it a little bit, and Brian was talking about the CS:GO. It's similar to what they do.
Yeah. So
And-
did you do research? Because I was
Kind of.
hoping somebody'd do research because I was too lazy to do research.
So ESL does 2 of them. I think we think correct.
That is correct, yes.
So-
ESL does 2 of the CSGO major tournaments, and it doesn't. It's a little less structured than it will be for Dota 2, because in the CSGO scene, basically, from what I could garner, and research was hard to do. It was hard to figure out exactly what a major tournament was, because
Okay.
So
Go
that's
figure
somewhat
it.
worrisome,
well, go figure. Anything in the esports scene, it's hard to figure out.
right?
Yeah.
And so basically, what I found out is that it's just a tournament that has a bigger prize pool. I think.
Okay.
That's what I could.
All right.
That's what I could garner.
All right. Fair enough.
And so there's that. And in Dota 2, there's going to be some sort of overlaying point system potentially, or
Okay. See,
So is this all just speculation, or do we know this is the case?
it's all speculation.
Okay.
100% conjecture.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the majors are so there's going to be the 3 majors and then TI.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So basically, if you think about it, if you're familiar with other sports that are going on right now, I
am
liken
not.
it. I liken it to golf, Ben. So if you think about with golf, there's the 4
I'm
majors.
100% following you.
So you have the 4 majors in golf.
Yeah.
All of them are set up differently by independent parties. You know,
Correct.
The Augusta National Championship or whatever. So I would imagine that it might be something along those lines where you have these 4 tournaments that are all kind of set on a loft, if you will.
Yeah.
And it might be one where the 3 of them get you invited to TI, which I think would be the way to go, but I don't know if it will.
I'm pretty excited about this.
But yeah.
Because my problem is I can't follow it, and my understanding is there's some kind of a trade limitation that's going to be kind of put in this as
That
well.
has been announced. Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's huge too, because I can't follow the teams.
Yeah.
I can't follow all these tournaments.
Well, right. There's going to be a transfer period and I think a transfer limit put onto
These
the
are
teams.
great things.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Well-
excited about this.
And I think it's going to do 2 things. First off, it's going to make things cohesive and cognitive, just general.
More structure.
Yeah.
Easier to follow storylines.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you more familiar with the teams and the players.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Should
No,
be
I
great.
think it's going to be good.
Yeah, and I think even having the major tournaments, it makes it easy to say, hey, this is important. This is a big event in the whole scheme of things. You need to watch this.
Right. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I think that'll be better for viewership numbers. And like Ben said, it'll help reduce some of the confusion with teams trading players every so often. The Na'Vi situation wouldn't have happened this year.
Right.
If the Dota majors were implemented this year.
Are we anticipating a partnership with ESPN again?
Who the hell knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess they just had a big esports event, and people who are normal ESPN viewers were pretty upset about it. Some people were. It's like there's a lot of drama floating around about it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the push to put esports on ESPN.
On cable television?
I don't get it.
Well, it's on cable
fine
television in
without
Sweden.
Twitch.
It's a low risk move by Disney to see if they can make money off of it. Basically,
That's
get
true.
in while you still
Yeah.
can. That's what I think.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't understand why it matters. We're
There's a lot of money.
It's money. It's all money.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah. From like a person who is in the scene, and I understand Disney's point of view. I totally get that.
You
But
don't
it's-
understand Dota's point of view.
Yeah, we're totally fine without it.
I would think it's
you know?
also money.
It's I don't know. I think people have like this weird like validation issue out of it or something like that.
Yeah,
or-
it could be.
I don't know.
I would think that's like MLG probably got a bunch of money to be on ESPN
Yeah.
for them. I mean, the MLG Columbus was 50 people in the audience and some
Yeah.
internet streaming.
If that.
So now they're going to be on ESPN2 with the X Games. That's huge for them. Whether it be exposure, building their brand, whatever you want to say.
Well, they did that.
That's a
last,
big deal.
They did that last year.
With the X Games? Mm-hmm. Well, they're expanding it, though, this year.
I
They're doing
think it was on
yeah.
ESPN3. It was just an internet platform.
Oh.
Now it's actually on. I think
Yeah, it's gonna be on cable.
ESPN2, I believe.
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, either way.
So
I think for you already know the platforms. It's not going to change anything. It's just what they want is eventually, like right now, if you want to watch the NBA playoffs, you better have TNT, right? Because TNT has a contract. So eventually, for esports, if they get big enough and there's enough money in it, TNT or ESPN is going to wrap up a contract with Blizzard so that they have exclusive rights to broadcast that, and that's advertising dollars.
Right.
So it's all about content, and it's really cheap content right now. And if they can get the content cheap, when
And
it
then
becomes
sell it for
and then
huge,
sell
yeah.
it for huge down, maybe even if it's 10 years down the line, that's totally worth it for them.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really good thought.
Yeah, you have the situation going on with like the NHL and what ended up being Versus or NBC SN or whatever the hell it is now.
Right.
It was, the Outdoor Living Network or whatever.
Yeah. So, what we had mentioned is the 3 tournaments will be run by third parties.
Right.
And we would assume that there'll be, different regions. One in
Well,
the
they're going to be different
Americas,
places in the world.
one
for
in
sure.
Europe and one in
We think.
Asia.
We think.
Well, they had, the announcement said worldwide, right?
Right. But, that just could be worldwide invitation.
Right.
So,
Well,
there
that's
isn't
true.
a lot...
I thought it said different places, but I probably read it wrong. So you're probably right.
there's not a lot of information that's been released.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It did mention that the DAC, the Dota Asian Championship, was a Valve-sponsored event.
So that implies it could be
So that
part
implies
of it, yeah.
that maybe that was kind of their testing, if you will, of another tournament outside of the international.
Well, and the whole time everyone was like, "Wow, this feels like
the international."
Yeah, TI 4.5.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would lead me to guess that one of those is going to probably be a DAC.
Yeah.
I would think so. The other thing that makes me excited about this is if you get the backing of Valve and you get the backing of these big companies like ESPN behind it. I'm sure there's some Chinese equivalents and some European equivalents to some large networks that might carry these things. I wonder if we're going to see less visa issues.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true.
Because you're going to have some bigger connections with kind of those things, and that's
you're
going to be great.
You're going to have more concrete contracts,
Right?
I think
That's
that
gonna make a
is
big
one of the
difference,
biggest issues is that these people or the players, some of them are just students that don't really have actual jobs, which makes getting the visas very difficult.
Sure, because they're not there to study,
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's 100% true, Ben, and that's a really good point.
Yeah. Here's my other question. The only negative that I can think of this is some of the smaller tournaments potentially being kind of left in the lurch, I guess.
It's possible.
With, because of the third parties. I like that they're involving the third parties because there's already this very rich system of tournaments that have been going on for years. And, you don't, like we've said before, you don't really want to turn your back on the people that helped you to get to where you are.
No, it's true.
There's some truth to that, but it seems like from the past Valve events, they're drawing talent out of those groups of people who have been established. So I think they'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. And I think maybe it will kill some of the tournaments that aren't handling these things as well.
I don't
as the
think
players give feedback and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I think you'll see the amount of LAN tournaments die.
I think so.
That's
Yeah.
okay, though.
Other than the 4 majors and possibly 1 or 2 others.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
everything else will be online, which is fine.
Every 3 months for a big LAN event's fine, though.
Absolutely.
That's
I
perfect.
think then there would be more intrigue and build up and just more excitement about it.
And it's less stress on the players.
Well, yeah, no, that's
and
a good
all the
point.
staff and everything too.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
And you're going to see the best teams competing against each other every time, as opposed to like this past time. EG didn't even want to be in Starladder.
Right.
I like it. I'm excited for it as somebody who tries to follow esports and finds it's way too hard to do so.
That's fair.
I think long story short, the TLDR here is that the pros vastly outweigh the negatives, and there's really not a ton of negatives anyway, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think the differentiation of content and maybe something along those lines that you're not going to see, but I mean, it's what it is.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Anything else to say about the Dota Majors, guys? Okay, great. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Hero of the Week.
We doing okay?
You're tougher than Axe thought. Come along.
Feeding time.
Have a cookie.
Meepo. More Meepo.
I love you guys. Oh, I love you guys.
Okay, the hero of the week this week is Dragon Knight.
Does he make you feel fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. Ben, you're stressing me out by asking me if I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
So Dragon Knight, he is someone that has really fallen out of favor in
Everything.
in the competitive meta, which means he kind of falls
Filters down.
filters down to the casual meta.
When's the last time you've seen a Dragon Knight picked? I mean, it's been months. For
That's
me.
one of the reasons I put him on the list here.
Today when I played him in a bot match.
You played him in a bot match, but have
Yeah.
you seen him picked in any matches you
No,
played? Or
no.
in the
Not at
competitive
all.
scene? I think I
Not-
saw
nothing.
one game maybe
Yeah.
with him.
I don't even really remember.
Ugh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's out of the meta.
All right, so let's talk about it, then we'll
Discuss.
we'll get into it. So Dragon Knight is a strength melee / ranged hero who has 4 abilities. Believe it or not, 4 abilities.
4 abilities.
His first ability is his Q. It's called Breathe Fire. It does
Okay.
magical damage. Unleashes a breath of fire on enemy units in a line in front of Dragon Knight.
Oh.
Which
It looks like fire.
it is a line, but it's kind
It's
of
conical.
cone-esque.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels pretty coney.
It's
Well-
like a wide line.
Well, it starts, I think, at like 140 units. It goes out to like 160, something like that.
Yeah.
It says on there, I'm pretty sure.
But it's not a cone?
Starting radius is 150.
150.
End radius is 250.
Is
Oh,
the
okay.
animation deceptive? Is that what we're telling me?
No.
Okay. That's
The
fine.
I think the
Animation's
animation's about right.
Okay.
Well, the cast range on this is 500, and the travel distance is 650.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
That's
gotcha.
fun.
That's fun.
That's fun. The damage on this.
That's pretty okay.
The only thing that scales on this is the damage and the mana cost. So the damage is 90, and
Okay.
at level 4, 300.
That scales pretty okay.
That scale's pretty
It's
okay.
magical?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The mana cost is 100 at level 1, and at level 4 it's 130.
That's not too bad.
And I'm sure everyone is reading the patch notes right now and telling us all these things are wrong.
Well,
I'm sure he got buffed.
well,
I think
Yeah.
he's definitely one that is in need of a buff.
Yeah.
what if he got taken out of the game because he got buffed so hard? We don't even know that yet.
We don't, but
He got a rework.
He could have gotten a rework.
I would be okay if he got a rework.
He's now not called Dragon Knight anymore. He's Dragon Squire.
But anyway, and he puts armor on people. Anyway, we're just gonna keep talking.
You don't know that it's not true?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm blocked out of my iPad for the last hour and a half, so what do I know?
That's right.
Just like my grandma.
Salty Ben is back, everyone. So
Just got to get me through the news portion, and then I'm back.
what's interesting about this one is that it also affects siege creeps.
Yes, very few things do. So
Right.
that is a good thing to. How many minutes you got left on your iPad disable?
8 minutes.
Right.
8. Oh, all right.
His W is Dragon Tail.
The most annoying skill ever.
What's annoying
Really?
about it?
Well, it's a melee stun.
But it's ranged in Dragon Knight form,
Yeah,
or in
exactly.
Elder Dragon form.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like annoying to go against, do you think?
No, I think it's annoying to have.
So let's
No,
talk.
I totally disagree.
Let's talk about this. Dragon Knight smites an enemy unit in melee range with his shield, stunning it while dealing minor damage. When in Elder Dragon form, the cast range increases to 400.
Which is
Right.
when you'd want to use it, usually.
This is one of
Most times.
This is one of the best stuns in the game.
I don't disagree with that.
Why does he hate it?
Level
What the
because
heck?
it's a melee stun.
So if you're next to somebody and you stun them, it's going to work.
Exactly. If you're next to them.
Yeah. So the stun duration is 2.5 at level 1 and 3.25 at level 4.
Yeah, but a level 1 stun, that is really nice.
It is nice.
It is really nice.
So
Cooldown.
you're changing your thoughts on the stun.
No, I'm not.
Whatever.
Cooldown is 12 seconds at level 1. Cooldown is 9 seconds at level 4.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yep,
So
yep.
I'm kind of with Ben. I think this is a really good stun.
I think it's a good stun, but I hate that it's a melee stun.
It's not always a melee stun,
I know it's not always a melee stun, but at level 1 it is.
but that's okay.
Yes, but when you get Dragon form up, which is level 6, I understand there's a big difference between
Yeah.
level 1 and level 6. I
Right.
But,
understand.
but Jared's making it a bigger difference than it is. I'm with you, Brian.
All right, fair enough. If I am, I am. Okay.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Wow,
That's fine.
The salt is real. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good stun.
It is a good stun.
It is, but you can walk up to somebody and get stunned yourself and never get it off.
But you have like
That's true.
Or silenced
Right. You have 50% uptime on Elder Dragon form
once you get level 6.
once you get level 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic with somebody else who has a stun, a ranged stun.
I don't disagree with that, but
Okay.
on its own,
On its own, it's a little iffy at level 1.
All right, so his next ability is a passive. This is his E, called Dragon Blood. The lifeblood of the dragon improves health regeneration and strengthens armor. The health regen bonus is 2 at level 1, and at level 4, it's 5.
okay,
Now, here's kind of the real kicker for me. The armor bonus at level 1 is 3.
all right,
At level 4, 12.
12.
That's pretty good.
12 bonus armor.
12 bonus armor at level 4.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. At level 4, it'll restore 300 health in 1 minute.
Well, right, yeah, okay, great.
So there you go.
Yeah, there's that.
All right, let's talk about his ultimate.
The reason that you picked Dragon
The
Knight,
reason
really.
you picked Dragon Knight.
So he can be a
yes.
dragon.
So he will be a dragon. His ultimate is Elder Dragon Form. Dragon Knight takes the form of one of 3 powerful Elder Dragons,
Oh.
increasing his damage, speed, and Dragon Tail range, Jared,
All right.
while granting him new powers.
Level 6.
Level 1. There's 3 different levels. Level 1 is the Green Dragon. It has Corrosive Breath. Attacks deal 100 poison damage over 5 seconds.
All
Works
right.
on structures.
That's nice.
Works on
That's
structures.
nice. Has the Jakiro effect, if you will.
Correct. And at level 6, 100 poison damage over 5 seconds. That's pretty good.
That's pretty. It's pretty okay.
It's pretty okay. Also disables blink daggers. Keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Just remember that, guys.
Remember that.
Remember that.
Level 2 is the Red Dragon.
The Red Dragon.
It has Splash Attack. Attacks,
That's nice.
Attacks damage all enemy units in a 250 radius
All right.
with Corrosive Breath added to the primary target.
All right. All right. So you get
That's-
a 250 splash.
That's nice.
Is it 100% splash? Does it say? Just says splash.
I don't know. Oh, it depends on how close
Proximity?
you are.
Okay,
Proximity, yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
So 100% splash radius is 100, 75% splash radius is 200, 50% is 250.
Still 50% is pretty good.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It's nothing to sneeze at.
Level 3 is Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
Frost Breath.
Yeah, Frosty.
Slows movement speed by 30% and attack speed by 20 of
That's
enemy
nice.
units in splash attack range for 3 seconds with Corrosive Breath added to the primary target. So the splash attack is doing the movement and attack speed slow
That's awesome.
and applying the Corrosive Breath to the primary target.
That's awesome.
So that's nice. The attack range bonus that you get is 372, so it makes you range.
A little bit more range, yeah.
You get 25 bonus movement speed,
That's nice. I didn't know that.
and the dragon form lasts for 60 seconds, and the cooldown on it is 115.
So if you do the math there, it's about a 52% uptime.
52% uptime on that.
Good math. Good job, man.
We're good at math here. At
Great
Wheeler.
Something like that.
Great at math.
Jared is good at math.
I feel like those are good abilities.
Oh, they are.
I think if you were to just have the breathe fire have some sort of a debuff component added to
Ben,
it.
we don't care about the patch notes. We discussed this prior.
Well, I'm theoretically speaking.
Ben,
If
put
you
the
did
patch
something like
notes
that
away.
and maybe change
the-
the radius on the ultimate, it would
Somebody
be a little
that-
bit better. But let's go with what we have. I'm just thinking
Fine,
if I
just
was
bring him up, Ben.
if I was Ice Frog.
just talk about it.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
You got him up. Talk
No, that's
about
fine.
it.
It's fine.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
I'm just thinking if I was Ice Frog, I might want to do something like that.
He needs more of a buff than that.
And
But
maybe,
anyway,
maybe if the corrosive damage was lethal or something too. But that's about it.
Ben, why don't you just read them? You're alluding to them. Just read them.
I'd like to allude to him. Do you want me to read him?
Yes.
yeah,
I
go
do.
ahead.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, go ahead. Unless you get locked out of your iPad again.
I might. So things that just happened while we were doing the podcast.
Great.
Breathe Fire now also reduces base damage by 20, 25, 30, and 35% for 8 seconds.
That's good.
Okay, that makes him more relevant.
So this is better, right, already. Corrosive Breath damage is now lethal. And
Alright.
the Elder Dragon Form splash attack damage percentage radius from 100, 200, 250 for
we just
100, 75, 50% damage
Same as it was.
went to 150, 225, 300.
So yeah, get a little better AoE on the
Yeah.
splash.
I don't think those are huge changes.
I think the debuff is.
The debuff's
The
pretty
debuff
legit
is a
because
big deal.
the thing that made Dragon Knight okay back when he was a laner, when he was picked often, was you could bottle Crow with him really well. Meaning, if when you're playing in lane, you spam that Dragon Breath like crazy. So now when you're spamming that Dragon Breath, it's also going to debuff the hero that you're.
Well, I was
You're
just going to
going
mention just buy Soul Ring. with and you leveled the Dragon's Blood. It works so well.
You can. Yeah, that's not a bad choice. I like it.
I mean, that works too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like that. I think
Soul
it works
Rings
well.
850, bottles 700.
Yeah.
You get health regen.
Yeah.
No, I think
it's-
you're onto
yeah.
something.
But Dragon's Armor is health regen.
I realize,
Yeah.
but you can get both.
I think it's good.
I think either is a good choice.
So let's talk about
I'll support your
why-
Soul Ring if you want, Brian. I like the Soul Ring.
Let's talk about why Dragon Knight is not popular right now. I think he's in a fine spot.
I think
I don't think you're killing anyone with the corrosive breath.
no. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a change.
No. I just think anything that you're going to choose him for, there's probably a better option, is what it is.
Even after these changes that go through, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So not enough, huh?
I think part of the problem
he's good.
lies with you only get he's only good half the time.
52%.
Yes, 50. He's only good 52% of the time, but he does get like a lot of armor. He gets very tanky, I think.
Yeah.
But if you want someone to tank, there's someone who can do it better. You know, there's better initiation.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and the only way that you can really justify a Dragon Knight over any other hero, first off, I think we both agreed that right now, the way it states, and not even going into any of the changes, his best role would be probably a solo offlane,
Yeah, either that.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Not
It's hard to play
even
in
over the
mid.
mid, you think?
I
Because
think-
the matchup's hard, right? Is that
It's
Right,
hard to
yeah.
play mid
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened? Okay, just you guys follow this closer than I do. What happened that made him not viable? Because he was it for a while, right? He was a person that was in a lot of matches. So what changed exactly?
Fair amount. Well, first off, one of the strengths which I was trying to get to is Dragon Knight offers tower push. Mm-hmm. He offers structure push,
Which that kind of got nerfed overall.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So that kind of whole meta got nerfed. So I was thinking the only way that you can justify a Dragon Knight pick over any other hero is maybe if your other four heroes are really lacking in that, and maybe you can justify that pick of Dragon Knight to help push once you get up there.
Yeah.
Once you're trying to push high ground in the towers.
So he fit in really well with push strategies, and they're not a thing.
Right, kind of like Jakiro falling off.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You still see Jakiro get picked every once in a while, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I don't know. I still think he's good. His spells are like somewhat spammable.
He's one of the few carries that has a stun.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's a good point.
that stun is only
It's a melee
great
stun.
half the time.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
I'm with you 100%.
yeah. So I don't know. There's all sorts of things going on there. But let's talk about items on him, guys.
All right.
So I think if you're gonna play him offlane or mid, I think you definitely want to make sure you get some boots up
Stout shield.
quickly. Stout shield is definitely a good option. I think Drum of Endurance is pretty good on him.
It's going to up your mana pool. It's going to give you some
Yeah.
good stats. It's always a good option for him.
I was rushing power treads, and then
Okay,
I went.
yeah. Treads are great on him.
Yeah, I would say they're
Or
pretty
no,
good.
I'm sorry. I went boots, soul ring, power treads, and then I went directly into Maelstrom
Okay.
since he's
That's
like
not a bad choice.
half melee, half ranged.
Yeah.
So I could up my farming ability, and then I went directly into BKB so I could.
Yeah, be in the middle of things.
And that's really all you need.
Yeah, at that point you're probably going to have 16 to 1700 hit points, and your armor's going to probably be pretty high because you're leveling your passive.
Do you need any kind of a movement item on him, whether it be a Mask of Madness, a Blink Dagger, a Force Staff? Is there anything like that?
Well, before looking at patch notes, a Mask of Madness is good on everybody.
I'm not looking at patch notes for that. I'm not trying to go there. I haven't been
that's
looking
fine,
at that.
that's fine.
I'm just curious. I'm asking a general question. Do we think that there's a movement? You said Mask of Madness is probably okay on him.
I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. But you're concerned.
It would be good. Mask of Madness would be good on him.
I think so too. Because I know your concern, Jared, is how does he get there to do the stun? Right. That's one of your concerns.
Not just that, but yeah. I think. Yeah, I guess that is most of my concerns is when he's in his melee form. How is he useful?
Blink Dagger is good on him, but I don't. I would
No.
encourage you not to
Expensive,
buy it
right,
because-
for him?
Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because unless you're getting ganked, you're generally gonna have Dragon form up. when you're
Yeah.
team fighting.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And that's when your stun is ranged.
Yeah.
So I do think in the current meta, Mask of Madness would be good.
What about an Abyssal Blade? If you could really...
Always a good
Well,
idea.
I mean,
you got to get there, but
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be a good one.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know. Abyssal Blade is good.
Is it redundant because of the stun? Is it just another stun to have?
I don't know
on
It
about
the
goes
hero?
through BKB, so it's not redundant.
Well, that's true.
I would say that when you're ranged, though, the Skull Basher doesn't really do too much.
Eh,
And when you're at level 16, you're already getting what's basically a free Scotty.
Yeah.
that's a good point.
So there is that.
So what you're saying is you should build a Scotty.
They stack.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scotty would be good, I think.
Scotty
Sanjay
would be
Yasha would
great.
be okay.
Yeah, SNY actually would be a good choice on him, I think. It'll up your move speed as well.
I think
Give you that
depending on
16% maim.
depending on whether you plan on going late game, I think an Armlet would be okay. If you're planning on finishing early, I think an Armlet is a good pickup.
Yeah, Armlet Heart combo OP.
Yeah. Heart of Trask is good.
Yeah.
Assault Cuirass would be a fantastic pickup on him.
Yeah, so basically,
Things.
yeah,
Things.
his role is he becomes a bit of a tank, if you will.
Which isn't
There-
necessarily a role in Dota.
Right,
but-
exactly. There are very few heroes that you can kind of describe as that, but I feel like he'd be one that would be in the middle, soaking up damage, and basically just kind of hanging out.
Do we want that role in Dota? And I'm not saying this because I'm looking at patch notes, but do we want a role that is...
So much.
I don't think it's in the patch notes. I haven't read the patch notes. Do we think that we want a tank? Because if you play League of Legends, it is like you have...
You have a role.
Yeah, and it's like you got a jungler, you've got an attack damage, a magic damage person, a tank,
Right.
and usually some sort of a support. And that's it. That's what you have.
Yeah.
And it's, at least when I played League of Legends, that's how it was set up. Do we
Right.
want a tanky type role more so than we have? I mean, we've got initiators. Is that tanky enough?
Most times I think yes.
Okay.
I think it depends on the comp of the other team. It's similar to like what a role of like a bristleback would kind of do.
Okay.
Just kind of that guy that's going to be in the front lines. Yeah, I guess on the team it just matters on the team that you're facing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. It just feels like
If there's a lot of single target, then I think you're going to want to have that kind of tanky.
I think my answer to that
tanky
is
stuff.
is along the same lines as yours. I think I'm glad that there's not tons of heroes that have taunts.
Right. Yeah,
That's
no,
kind
I
of-
agree with that.
That's
I agree with
that's
that
what
for
I'm
sure.
I'm glad that's not how it's set up. You don't have to deal with a certain hero and attack them like you do in League of Legends a lot of times. So
Right.
other than like Axe and Legion
Is that
Commander,
a thing in League? Are there a lot of taunts?
I felt like there were definitely more so. They definitely they had the tanks. You definitely had to deal with those tanks.
You had to take them out before you could go to somebody else.
Pretty much, there was some mechanic that they would have that would pretty much force you to hit somebody who has a lot of health, and I didn't necessarily love that.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Dragon Knight, decent hero.
I think he's good.
but not there yet.
No, I
And-
think he needs a little bit of work, but I think he could.
And this wasn't enough. It sounds like based on the patch notes, right? You don't think
I
this
don't
is going to
think
do
so.
it? I think people might grab him for the debuff. I could see
I
him.
think-
I'm not sure what that
I think
does
it
to
makes
him.
it makes his early game better, which is one of the issues that he had. Was his early game.
Yeah.
So that's I think one of the biggest things.
Do you think it? Does it make him a viable
No.
support? Because you like
Absolutely
supports. No,
This is not one that I would.
he's got a stun now and a debuff. You're not feeling it, and
No.
pushing ability. I'm trying to tempt you here, Jared.
We'll try it.
Support bandwidth. Okay, that's what I thought.
I think he's one of those heroes that you just get levels on, and he needs levels. That's what he
We had
needs.
talked about running like a naked Midas on him.
a naked Midas.
What
Yeah,
is
so
that?
just like
What
boots
is
into
a naked
Midas. Boots into Midas.
We talked about that.
Yeah, I talked in the chat today.
Oh, interesting.
I missed that. Too much chat.
Similar to
That'd
what
be
you do with
yeah,
Phoenix.
I think
just to get to level 16 fast.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe like boots, bottle, and then Midas.
Yeah.
Sounds like a thing.
All right.
I
Anyway,
think
I don't think he's a bad pick.
No.
He's fun regardless.
But he's not a great pick yet either.
Anyway,
He has a pick. He's a pick that has stuff to offer.
Yeah. Okay.
guys, what do you say we move on
Please let's.
and bring back our good friend Cheeks of Flappin' for chatting with Cheeks?
Hey, Cheeks.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome to the dense and impenetrable web of systemic bullshit we collectively refer to as Dota.
Hello, Cheeks.
Hello.
Hey,
Greetings from Patchland.
Yes.
the land of the future.
Everything's changed.
I'm
Greetings from
partially
the
there.
future.
Yeah, I'm partially there. They're getting mad the more I look at it.
Yeah, we are.
They don't like it.
We're salty.
I've been in a good mood tonight, Cheeks.
Guys, Tango buff. Tango buff. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, boy.
Tango buff.
All right, we'll get into it. Don't you worry.
We're covering the patch notes on the next episode.
Don't spoil anything. When I look at this, they want to kill me. I'm not even talking about
Okay.
it.
I've got stuff to do
Okay,
to work
well-
tomorrow.
What's going on at the chat
Well,
room?
it's been a lot of talk about just the patch
patch.
list recently.
That's
I'm
fair.
not sure anyone's even listening to you guys
I
as
hope
much as
not.
just looking over patch notes and kind of having you on in the background.
I wouldn't be
yeah,
listening.
that's
to
fine.
Ben's in a
this
So
pretty
no
similar
offense.
situation.
Yeah, I think.
Well, pretty much everything we're saying is irrelevant, right? So, but I'm positive about it. I have a positive attitude tonight. It's great.
Well, the patch hasn't gone live. Has it gone live
It's
yet?
not
It hasn't
live,
gone
It's usually
live, right?
usually notes come out a day or
It's still,
two prior.
it's still relevant. It's fine.
Okay.
It's as relevant as
Okay.
XSplit, which worked really well for us tonight. Once we got it
We'll
figured
get that
out,
figured out
it's actually
eventually.
great. It was
That's
just,
a little too much inside baseball. Though,
Yeah,
quite
it's
So
honestly.
do you just want us to jump right into Noobs Ask Noobs?
Brian
well,
wants
hold
you to.
on.
I think he was telegraphing
Guys,
something there.
I'm
for you,
wondering.
What's
I'm
that?
wondering. Can you tell me this? Can you do me a kindness? Can you tell
I
me?
can do you a kindness.
Do you want to hear some questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do.
Maybe.
Well, boy, guys, have I got some questions for you? Hit it!
Holy shit! If you want peace, you must prepare for war. If you want war, you must also prepare for war. The lesson is always prepare for war.
Or prepare for these questions.
We should have just canceled the show and delayed it till tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
It'll be
come
fine.
on.
We'd have way too
I
much
think
research to
this
do.
was a good show. Don't you think, Cheeks? You listened to
Yeah,
it.
this is a great show.
I thought this was one of our better shows.
Yeah, this has been like the greatest. I think we've triumphed over adversity. There was a
I
lot
think-
of
I
drama
think
There
at
we
the
go.
beginning,
Yeah.
I feel
but I feel like you
encouraged.
guys settled into a groove.
I think we're
Always,
great. I
yeah.
thought it was really good.
It's
Yeah,
great.
and Ben really just really carried you guys.
I
feel.
did. There's,
Like usual.
I don't usually have to do that. Usually I can sit in the back corner and just be salty, but they needed me tonight, and I think I pulled through.
They really did.
yeah.
I pulled through hard.
When the
It was good.
when the chips are down, you came in strong.
I came in really strong. It was
Chips
great.
are down.
Brian's now throwing
It was
plushies.
beautiful.
That's usually my job. You can tell it's just a reversal of roles tonight.
Perfect.
That's
All right.
true.
It's hot in here. That's
It
why
is.
they're,
It is really
they're,
hot.
they're cranky because of the new bright light that's shining in our eyes. Do you have a question?
I have a couple questions actually. So remember, if you submit questions at Noobs Ask Noobs April/May, you could win a game or perhaps a sweet Dota 2 set like we're giving away today. That
That's right.
sweet Queen of Pain set, created with help of Mushi.
Yes.
So
Mushy.
we'll be giving away one of these askers
All right.
this set.
Askers.
So here we go. Our first question comes from tonight from Elihu. He says, "You all haven't seen the new patch notes.
No, we
A
haven't.
new item will be called Solar Crest. What are your guesses on what this item is and what is it built from and what it does?"
My guess is that
Pardon?
it cancels the show and delays it until tomorrow so we can talk about the patch notes. That way the people
So that is,
that way people will actually care about our show.
Solar Crest. Okay, I'll
yes,
try.
Solar Crest. Okay, take a guess.
Let's see. I think that this is going to be some sort of.
It's a pocket phoenix.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to think of. So maybe it has
pocket
a
phoenix.
It gives you the ability to
a
Icarus dive.
damage a damage debuff. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna go with.
Just say damage debuff.
It's like a poor man's refresher. It puts you in the phoenix egg at the
Okay.
cost of you potentially being sniped down.
Okay.
You know,
All right,
and
I
then
like
it'll
it.
refresh your stuff, refresh your business.
Okay.
Your business.
Sounds good. What do you think, Ben?
Ben's been looking at the patch notes the whole time. He
hasn't gotten down that far.
He's
No.
disqualified.
Too hung up on
If
heroes.
I was to guess, I would say it would be maybe a medallion of courage and a talisman. of
Ben is
evasion.
disqualified. Ben's disqualified.
Maybe, perhaps. Let me keep going. I'm gonna guess 3,000 gold. Maybe it gives 10 armor, 75% mana regen, 30% evasion.
Yeah.
I might add some kind of a nice active to it, perhaps.
Obviously. It sounds like it would have an
Icarus
active.
dive. Yeah.
So I think the
An
active.
Icarus dive? Is
yeah.
that what it is?
Here's an idea. What if the active made you lose the Solar Crest armor and the evasion,
Okay.
but when targeting an ally, it grants them 10 armor and 30% evasion. Okay, I'm just going with that.
Okay.
Now let's say you
Alright.
target an enemy. What if we tried targeting an enemy? What if it did something then too?
It makes them Icarus dive.
No.
There we go.
Brian-
Turns them into an egg.
I'm glad that you're not Ice Frog. I think him and I have some pretty good creativity going on. I'm not sure about
I think
you.
I want to lock Ben
Unintended
out of his
synergies.
iPad.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but
I'm
what
gonna
if
try and steal
yeah,
that?
what if it removed 10 armor and applied a 30% miss for, let's say, somewhere between 6 and 8 seconds?
Well, boy, that sounds like a pretty hard counter to Troll Warlord.
Yeah, I think the cooldown on that might be 7-ish seconds. So really, you've got a pretty good uptime on that.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know,
that
but
sounds
that
a little-
item sounds pretty overpowered.
Would you? Here's the real question, Brian. Should it be able to be disassembled or no?
It should not. but
Johnny
I'm
5 disassemble.
I'm sure it can be disassembled
Oh, it
because
can-
that thing sounds OP as
See,
hell.
again, this is why Ice Frog's better than you. I think it should be able to be disassembled.
Yes.
And dispellable. If I was making an item like that, that's what I would go with.
Obviously. Okay. Okay.
Wonderful.
Abaddon's still a
Wonderful.
top tier pick.
Yeah.
That's right.
Perfect.
So I think we should. I think it's probably a good idea that we haven't done this podcast yet, looking at these, because Elihu mentioned that in the chat as we were talking earlier that 6.84B is probably going to be coming up real soon.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah.
So don't get too excited just yet.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right.
Good
Next
guesses,
question.
everybody. Good guesses.
Yeah.
Good guesses.
hate you
We'll
so
see
much.
who's right.
The hate is flowing.
All right. Next
Why are they so
question comes
cranky
from-
tonight, Cheeks?
What?
I don't understand. Go ahead. What's your next
This is
question?
this is you normal.
Okay.
You don't like me to
All right.
press that mic.
Next question comes from Sunbro6131. He asks, "What is your biggest Dota fail?" I had one a few months ago when our sniper successfully TP'd back home after a close call, only for me to recall him back to the fight on accident as Coddle. Don't ask me
awesome,
how that
buddy.
happened.
That's really funny.
It was a fat finger to a whole other level. To rub salt in the wound, it cost us the game.
Oh, that stinks.
That's a pretty good one.
I know mine right off the bat. Right
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well, aside from numerous fat fingers, we've all been there. That's
Yeah.
fine. I can remember one match in particular where it felt like a good time to do Roshan. We did Roshan. The entire team came in. Team wiped us. Grabbed the Aegis, of course, and then just pushed and
I
won.
think I was there. I think not
Yeah.
only did we do Roshan, I think you insisted we do Roshan. Like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, let's do Roshan.
It's
You got
time.
a voice
It's
chat.
time.
Yeah.
We got to do something. Let's do Roshan.
That's
We were
why
like,
I was like, it seems like a good time to do Roshan.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Just a
Yeah.
bad
That's
time.
fair. Yeah. Bad time.
Gonna have a bad time.
I think mine, I'm going to go all the way back to, we're going to say, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago. A friend of mine was playing a game called Dota 2, and he told me I should install it. That was probably my biggest Dota 2 mistake.
Yeah.
It's been downhill from there.
It's been a mistake for all of us.
I hope everyone can see why I'm so salty today.
I try that.
I'll tell
Nobody,
you what
nobody's
my-
going to listen to you. I've tried that
He's
excuse
kosher
before. They
salt
don't
over
care.
here.
They don't care.
I'm probably gonna get hate mail about this one.
You might actually.
I've got my biggest Dota 2 fail.
What's that, Cheeks?
Well, it was years ago when you could pay to buy into Dota 2.
Oh boy.
Something like $30. And you got a couple little items.
Oh yes.
And I bought it, and I tried to play it, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And everybody hated me. And so I didn't play it for another year and a half or so.
Wow.
So that was probably my biggest Dota 2 fail, was buying Dota 2.
What items did you get with it?
Some Crystal Maiden set, and it was
Yeah,
some
that's
sort of
right, Crystal
frosted
Maiden.
bonus thing. Oh, and also some Sven items or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can I
so-
say something
Those weird
about Crystal
reddish
Maiden?
ones.
I think I like Crystal Maiden now. I'm just gonna say that.
Ben, will you stop
reading
looking at
it.
the patch
Just
notes?
stop.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's
Oh my
news.
gosh.
That's news. I'm not gonna say why.
Jeez.
It's fine. Just a teaser for next week.
I might not even post
I-
this episode.
He's so upset.
I don't think this is. I don't think that. See, I don't think this is. This is. I think this is Ben just turning around his curmudgeonly ways. I think it has nothing to do with the patch.
I
No,
He's been really
no,
positive
no.
tonight.
Ben
So
knows
he's just
exactly
he's just
what he's
turning a new
doing.
leaf.
I think I'm being positive. These guys here just yell at me for everything.
He's the biggest
Jake.
heel in the world.
He's being positively horrible. That's what's going on.
All right.
With the new patch, Ben becomes the face,
I could be. I could be.
and
the
Brian
good guy.
becomes the heel.
Yes.
Sure.
Certainly going that way so
Yeah.
far, isn't it, Brian?
I have
Oh.
I have nice heels.
You do.
Nice
I
heel.
don't know if that's true.
All right, so I'm going to reach in my special hat
All
here,
right.
just off camera.
All right.
I'm going to draw out a name.
Please do.
Remember, as I'm drawing out this name out of my hypothetical, very real hat that's off camera here,
Oh boy.
you can submit your questions for Noobs Ask Noobs at our subreddit, which is /r We Like Dota, and go. I believe it's stickied on the side there on the right hand side. It's Noobs Ask Noobs April and May submissions.
Yes, it is.
So be sure to enter them because you could win a prize,
Yeah.
like our good friend of the show,
You're supposed to have a drum roll.
Elihu.
Oh.
All right.
Congratulations, Elihu.
Well, we
You
got
almost
that
messed
much
it up on the
settled. I'm an
tablet.
American. Well, we got that much settled. I'm an American.
I played it twice because you talked to him.
Do you have another button to push?
No, I don't.
There's
That's
the
all.
other
You
one,
gotta
right?
have something.
There's the jackpot.
We got that one.
How neat is that?
All right, we're done with the soundboard.
What about where's the jackpot?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for too. That's what I was talking about.
That's on the other soundboard.
Yeah, we don't have that on
Oh,
on
boy.
the neat one right now.
I'm disappointed. I don't think you should put this show up.
I got that.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
That's
Good
too
enough.
good.
Oh, congratulations, Elihu. I'll be reaching out to you on Steam to give you that wonderful Queen of Pain set,
Crying.
partially made by Mushi. If you are interested in anything else that I'm up to, you can follow me on Twitter at Cheeks-a-Flappin'. And I believe that this week, Ben and I will be working on a new episode, number 2 of
Hey.
Off Lane Gaming. Is that correct, Ben?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Yes.
Don't make it when
indeed.
your
We'll do our
favorite
best.
games are patching. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think you're reading too much into.
time
You're reading too
ever.
much into it.
This is terrible.
People don't listen to our show to be informed.
That's true. I'll give you that
okay.
one.
Yeah, I
So
guess that's
that's
probably
why
true.
you're just wrong.
Right.
And I was
I just have
informative.
high hopes of what the show actually should be.
And
I guess.
I taught them a lot of neat things. Oh yeah, that's shameless promo there on the video.
Hey, perfect.
Indeed.
I think I taught them some nice things about the new patch, even though we weren't ready for it.
Shameless.
So it's good.
Okay.
We
all
stayed
right.
relevant. It's good.
Sure. Yeah.
Anything else, Cheeks? Where else can we find you? Is that your plug?
That's good enough.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Jared, what about you?
I guess we like Dota Bets. Is the Twitter handle that I'm
Statement
most
with
likely
certainty.
to tweet from.
Very good.
You
That one
tweeted
there.
some. You gave some poor advice on betting on Dota matches.
Yeah, luckily Dota 2 Lounger's down.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
People didn't lose
Bet at your own
nearly
risk.
as,
It's gambling.
yeah, nearly as poorly as they could have lost.
Yeah. Okay. Ben, what about you?
I am at Dota Yadneb on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've changed my PlayStation name
Whoa!
to the offlane Yadneb because I figure the Dota people don't want to play PlayStation with me, but the offlane people might want to.
Oh, hey, that's kind of clever.
Yeah,
Branding.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
Branding.
you can find me as offlane Yadneb on PlayStation and Xbox, and also find me on offlanegaming.com, and I'm on Reddit on the We Like Dota Reddit.
Yeah,
And
you do that.
I don't stream anything because my computer sucks.
It does. Can
Hey, mine
confirm.
too.
You can,
confirm.
if I'm invited back, you can see me next week on
You're invited back.
on the We Like
invited
Dota podcast,
Yeah,
but
well,
I may have too much positivity to be back, so
Yeah,
we'll
it's-
see.
Yeah.
good possibility.
This is a downer place if you guys can't tell in the internet world out there. Sadness and heat.
hate everything.
That sounds about right. You can follow me on Twitter at Byinger, BYINGER.
All right.
Yeah, follow We Like Dota on Twitter, on Reddit, on YouTube, and also on Patreon.
Absolutely.
Which, special shout out to some of our patron supporters like Flossin and Tugs McBoat without folks like you.
We wouldn't have bright lights in our face.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you guys give us enough money,
Yeah.
we can get a smaller wattage bulb for the light that's burning us right now.
Aren't
And
you-
I'm on board with
500
that.
watts is a bit much, man.
I'm on board with the lighter bulb. That would be great.
This is just the demo light. We're going to get one that is fluorescent or maybe LED.
And not too big for this room. Because right now it's like we're on a movie studio lot inside of an office in a small apartment.
Well,
It is a really big light.
Well, no, that's
a really big
That's
light.
about the right size, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, that's about right.
Then please help us, please. This is a cry out. Help us buy a smaller wattage light bulb. We need it.
Yeah.
No, that's good. You just need pancake makeup now. That's all you need.
There we go.
Exactly.
All right, and
Yes.
with that, we'll see you guys on Sunday with our thoughts on patch 6.84. Take care, folks. We'll see you later.